It's time to talk about regret because regret is not healthy. And if you are going through a divorce, I am sure you have some. So I want you to think about regret as though it were actually three separate emotions. Regret is desire, loss, and shame. The first two are actually not a problem. They're actually really helpful emotions in some ways as you move through this divorce. It's that last one, the shame. That's what's going to be the source of chronic stress that's going to wear down your immune system and wear down your mental health, make you susceptible to anxiety, depression, overwhelm. We don't want to go there. There's nothing wrong with desire. Desire is actually really useful as you go forward to rebuild yourself and move on with that confidence and optimism, because desire tells you what you want. And when you can feel it and when you can imagine it and see it and smell it and taste it, you can start to create it for yourself. So desire isn't damaging. Desire can be used to help you. And the same is actually true of loss or grief. I know those emotions don't feel so good. It feels painful and difficult, but moving through your grief, moving through your sadness and processing those emotions, feeling them and moving on and forward through them is an essential part to healing and moving on. And if you're resistant to that and you're like, no, Rachel, I don't want to touch that grief, I want you to think about this for a moment. Do you really want to lose somebody that you love, that has been a huge part of your life, and not feel sad? Right? Grief and sadness are part of the human experience. It's part of living a fully human life to grieve. So the first two parts of regret really aren't bad. Desire and loss or grief are useful. They're important parts of your journey moving forward from divorce. It's that last piece, it's that shame that does the damage. When you feel shame, what happens? The quintessential response to shame is to hide, to withdraw, to pull inwards. You avoid your friends, you avoid your family, you hide your emotions. You don't process or share your grief or your anger or your anxiety with other people. You buffer, distract, and numb. That means you drink. Maybe you do drugs, you watch a lot of TV, you eat, you shop, you immerse yourself in work, you immerse yourself in hobbies, anything to not feel what you're feeling, because when you feel it, it reminds you that, oh yeah, this is my fault. I messed this up. I was such an idiot. How did I not see this coming? How did I not stop this? When you hide in this way, when that shame is so uncomfortable that you buffer, distract, numb, and hide, your world shrinks. Everything gets smaller. Opportunities don't appear for you. You become really out of touch and you eventually stop even recognizing yourself. I talk to men like you all the time who are like, I don't know what happened to me. I used to be this happy, confident, outgoing, open, loving guy. And now look at me. I am just a pit of self-doubt and uncertainty and anxiety. And I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. Sometimes I don't even know what's real anymore. That shame is so powerful that it's causing you to hide from yourself. When this happens to us, when we're caught in this powerful cycle of shame, we think that all that suffering is caused by what happened in the past. It's caused by the divorce. It's caused by losing my wife. It's caused by all these things I did wrong and what happened. But that's not true. It's not the past. The past isn't happening right now. That suffering is caused by your thoughts. It's caused by the endless rumination. It's caused by the focusing on how bad you are, how bad I am, what I did, how I messed up, how I shouldn't have, and I wish I hadn't, how I made unfixable mistakes. That is the suffering. It is the shame all wrapped up in that feeling of helplessness. I screwed up so badly, and there is nothing I can do to fix it. That is happening here. That's not happening out here in the world. That is happening here in your mind. And it is that habit of thinking and the habit of feeling that flows from that that is causing your pain, that is causing this ongoing suffering that you cannot break free from. As you go through your week and feel regret and notice it come up, I want you to see, can you separate out the desire and the grief and the shame? Can you notice those three emotions that are making up that emotion of regret? And can you appreciate the value of the desire and the value of the loss and the grief? And can you observe the shame and start to find the places where you have to start your journey?